Good day all you wonderful people, welcome to Adventure Together. My name's Al, trail name Lookout, and today we are trying to make 20 miles, and so to do so we started off at 2:30 a.m. So I didn't feel like I got enough sleep. I went to sleep pretty early last night, but you know, you sort of wake up at that time and you never feel like you've had enough sleep. You always feel like you want to sleep for a little bit longer. But today we are trying to get up and over a large lump, and then towards the end of the day we're going to have a 5-mile climb. The 20 miles is in doubt a little bit. We are going to make the decision at 15 miles whether we want to carry on or not. But I get the feeling this determined lot up here aren't the type of people to give up easily.
PCT.
Is that a movie?
See some mountain lion footprints here. It's a very large river we have to find a way across. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can easily say that that's probably the coldest creek crossing I've done in memory. How do you two feel about it?
It was painful.
It was knee deep. It wasn't super fast, but
It was knee deep for him, but it hit my pants for sure. My shorts are wet.
knee deep for some, but it wasn't a very technical. It's just the temperature was so brutal. It was like
And right now it's like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m.
5 o'clock, 6
7
o'clock,
a.m.
7 o'clock, rock. Look how narrow the peaks are on those. They really do come up into a spike. I jumped across the river now. For some reason people are trying to follow me. Looks about 6 feet wide, but from up there it was a lot easier to get across. I think Jackpot wants to throw me his pack. You got wet.
Just yet, yeah. Get my feet fucking soaked. Nice.
Hey! A master athlete. And yet more water crossings. And apparently it's very slippery in the middle, so we've got to be careful. Lisa makes it look easy. Now it's my turn. Last one left. And there's a bit of a step to get on it as well. So you got to go over there and then get over that, over to there. Wish me luck. I'm across and I concur. The middle was extremely slippery. I lifted up my right foot and my left foot went all over the shop. This delightful terrain that we've got to get through, and then another river. Fortunately, a wild snow bridge appeared and I got across. The trail is flooded again. We're aiming to get to the bridge down there, but it does not look safe. Well, it's nice to know where we're going, or where we have come from. It looks like the third section of bridge has washed away. I'm not sure if we're going to get across that. Bushwhack and I are going to take a look at this bridge and see what's going on. Wow, look at that. That is really, really close to the bottom. I don't think we're going to board it. I found this beautiful feather. I'm going to keep this for a while. Comment what it's from. I've got no idea. Maybe an American robin? I don't know. It's too big for one of those. You have to be adaptable in this game. The plan is we keep going down this side and hopefully we can find another bridge. There's a campsite a few miles down. Hopefully we can stay out of the water until then.
I'm gonna go down here and then it's like...
We got to another creek crossing and at least there's a bridge, but one caveat. The access to the bridge is underwater. Well, I got to the bridge and I'm wet up to the chest. And there's Bushwhack. And all of the balustrades on this north side of the bridge have been ripped off. I guess the water was a little bit violent earlier in the season. Sherpa Pisa. It's all fun and games here in the Sierras. Man, look at that water. Just waiting for the rest of the tramway to show up. This is where we've decided to sleep tonight, under a rock. We didn't make it the full 20 today. It just got absolutely exhausting with slushy snow and sun cups, and after all of those creek crossings it just really wasn't happening for us. It was getting too late in the day and we were all absolutely exhausted. So we have decided to cowboy camp under the rock and get up and try some more miles tomorrow.
Every day in the Sierra is like this. Super warm, sitting in your sleeping quilt.
Super cozy.
So cozy.
Perched under a rock.
Surrounded by food. Yeah, Okay, let's see. How did today go? So we started off at 2:30 in the morning. It was totally dark, which is actually kind of nice. You get to see the stars in the Milky Way. It's a perfectly clear night, and the moon was very, very small, so you get to see a lot of the stars. And then you realize that you're always walking north towards the Little Dipper, which is always very fun. We thought that we were going to get a lot more mileage done today because we thought it would be dirt based on yesterday, the end of yesterday. And it was not so, unfortunately. There was quite a lot of snowbanks and things that we had to get around and over and bushwhack into and around. So there was also quite a lot of water all over the trail. In fact, I actually followed the water bar off trail thinking that was the trail because the trail was so much water that I was like, this must be the trail. And then I was like, oh, wait, no, I'm walking towards the river now. That can't be the trail. Bushwhack did a great job navigating us through the dark, and actually he was navigating me so fast that I was like, I need to be in the middle so I don't get dropped. Everybody,
Don't leave me behind.
my little legs! I had this one moment today where I was trying to get down a rock and my leg was not long enough to touch the rock, and I was like, my little legs, I can't do it. But yeah, no, it was fun in the morning, sort of just like being very heads down. At some point, though, we got so turned around because the trail, there's a lot of snowbanks, so you're navigating around them, and then sometimes you get so turned around you're walking in a circle. And we lost the two Swedes at some point. We thought that they were behind us, but they were actually ahead of us because we were going south. We went south for a little bit. And then we realized, oh, the Little Dipper is over there, so maybe we should be going the other way. That was really great. And then as dawn broke, we got to the Yosemite, really, truly, Yosemite National Park, which was beautiful, amazing. We saw this mountain that Worth thinks is shaped like a nipple. And it was lit in the golden sun. We did a lovely road walk around Yosemite National Park, and then found a pit toilet, which is great because we were all like, wow, we all should take a shit. So we each took a shit. Every single one of us lined up and waited our turn to use the pit toilet. We were like, there's toilet paper here. Oh my God, we have to use it.
The luxuries of through hiking.
Yeah, that's true. Once we had our communal shit, we kept going through the park, which was beautiful. Just the rock is stunning, and the trees and the white snow and the water and the reflections. Finally, you have the reflections, because finally we have enough water that has melted and the snow is gone enough that you can actually see the reflection of the mountains in the water. Super, super nice. We then did this creek crossing that was horrible, the coldest creek crossing I've done so far on the PCT. Not the coldest I've done in my life, I think, but definitely the coldest in the PCT. And Jackpot got his entire pant leg wet. I tried to power walk through it, and that got my shorts wet because I was splashing everywhere. Not good. We did a whole bunch of other creek crossings that I can't even remember anymore because there were so many of them. Some of them were small, some of them were big. We had this one creek crossing where everybody jumped. They long jumped over the creek crossing, I believe. I was not there because I was like, this is not going to go well for me, so I'm going to go somewhere else. And the other place also didn't go well for me. I fell on the log because it was icy and slippery. But
I don't think I knew that.
yeah, that's why I had that mark on my back that I showed you.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you were by yourself too.
I know, that's why I was like, well, that was dumb. I should not have done that creek crossing. I was like, yeah, Jackpot, I'm gonna be fine.
You should have just taken us one of us with you.
Yeah, that's what I should have done. But I was like, Pisa is right there, so Pisa knows where I'm going to cross, so it's okay. And then I was like, that would have been bad if I had actually fallen into the river and got swept away.
Where's Stitches?
I don't know.
Woo!
Woo-hoo. We then kept walking along the Tuolumne River, which was just magnificent. It was crazy, insane how flooded that river is. The whole floodplain is river. The whole trail is river, it seems like sometimes. We finally got to the point, though, where it was time for us to cross the river, and we realized that it was not going to work because this bridge had 3 sections, and 2 of the sections were crossable, and the 3rd section was not. And you probably could cross it, but the consequence of you falling and getting swept away would be very severe. It would be quite a lot of white water, and then a waterfall. it would just it looked like death. The whole river looked like death. So that was a no-go. We decided instead to scramble down around the cliffs, which was very fun, actually. I thought it was fun scrambling along the cliffs, except for the fact that we lost lookout somehow. Don't know how. I feel like lookout is always either super far ahead or super far behind. I don't know why.
Never part of the group. I never wanted to be here anyway.
So we lost lookout. We were waiting there for a while, trying to figure out where lookout was. We ended up finding him. Lookout fell into a snow bridge. I was not there for that, so I don't know how that went, but apparently it sucked.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. Very
Meanwhile,
cold
the rest
and
of
wet.
us went over to the bridge crossing back onto the PCT after we had scrambled down that cliff. And at that bridge, it was crazy because the waterfall was right there, and the forest was flooded. Like the whole forest floor was water, and it was lapping up onto this little sandy sandbar. So it really felt like you were on a beach, but there was also a forest and a waterfall, and it was just in a bridge in the middle of the water. It just looked so surreal. We were like, are we on shrooms or something? What's going on? So I took lots of pictures there because it looked like you were on a beach, but there was actually a forest. You were in an ocean, but it was also forest. Crazy. That the fact that there were even waves lapping up on the sand, we were like, wow, all the people that went to go leave the Sierra to go hike the Oregon Coast Trail. I mean, why did you do that when you have the coast right here? The coast is right here in the Sierra.
In this little square.
In this
meter.
little bit, yeah. We then tried to cross the bridge and discovered that it's actually quite deep, so we ended up having to strip clothing in order to cross it successfully. We have some
Insert picture.
insert picture of worth it. And I was worried about my pack. My pack was definitely not going to be above the water, so Pisa very kindly carried it over for me, which he loves to do because he loves getting pictures of him carrying my pack.
Insert picture.
And complaining that my pack is so much lighter than his, which it's heavy for me, okay? Once we got over the other side of the bridge, we realized that even if we had taken that bridge over the Tuolumne River, we would have still had to walk through more water to get to this other side. It's just a lot of water everywhere. You know, the world is full of water. The world is a lot of water.
70%, I heard.
70% water. So are our bodies.
Who'd have think it?
And let's see, what did we do after that? Remind me.
We walked over snow. We
Oh
walked.
yeah, we just walked over snow and shit flush for the next upwards for the next I don't even know how many miles. I was not counting at that point. I was just like just the next step. And then when I got here to this big boulder, everybody was sitting here and they were like, "This is camp," and I was like, "You're kidding," and they were like, "No, we're not kidding. This is camp," and I was like, "No." But now we're gonna cowboy camp together at this lovely, lovely boulder with a lovely waterfall next to us and a lovely lake right behind us. There's your roundup.
Wonderful. Thank you, Stitches. So with that extra long summary, that's all I have for you today. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.